Biggest race of the night here locally. Battle over who will be North Carolina's next governor. Republican Mark Robinson has a chance to make history as the state's first black governor. He won his primary tonight.
Yes, he is the projected winner with 65% of the vote, finishing well ahead of Dale Folwell and Bill Graham. WXI 12's Chris Peterson is live outside the Curry Convention Center in Greensboro, where Robinson's watch party took place. Chris.
Certainly a lot of excitement as Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson took to the podium after winning the GOP primary for governor. Now, the lieutenant governor spoke to a crowd of a couple hundred supporters for roughly 10 minutes. He shared his story of growing up poor here in Greensboro, the 9th of 10 children, and credits his mother for choosing work over welfare. The lieutenant governor said it was the Republicans who pulled the state out of the economic doldrums of 2010, where he says state workers, including teachers, didn't get a raise for 6 years, to a time where now he says our state has a $5 billion surplus due to a Republican-led legislature. Robinson also spoke about reforming our education system by removing agendas in the classroom and getting back to reading, writing, and math. Robinson ended his speech by attacking his Democratic challenger Josh Stein, saying he doesn't understand the struggles of hard-working North Carolinians.
You see, I have an opponent that doesn't understand any of that. I have an opponent who doesn't understand what it's like to be at work and have the boss man come and take you to a room and sit you down and tell you, we're moving this plant to Mexico, and there's nothing you can do about it, and now you have to go find another job. I know the sting. I know the sting of the bad federal policy that causes that, and I'm here for the people of North Carolina.
Supporters I spoke with say they like the fact that Robinson doesn't talk like a typical politician and says what's on his mind. The victory puts the lieutenant governor one step closer to becoming the first black governor in state history. In Greensboro, I'm Chris Peterson, WXII 12 News.
Chris, thank you. Meantime, Josh Stein, the projected winner in tonight's Democratic gubernatorial primary. Let's take a look at those numbers. 69% of the vote for Josh Stein. Mike Morgan, a distant second at 14%.
This was another race that was called shortly after the polls closed. Devontae McKenneth is in Raleigh for us tonight, where the AG addressed both his supporters and the state as a whole. Devontae, good evening.
Kenny, good evening to you, Christine, as well. Josh Stein claimed that victory, smiling ear to ear earlier tonight. And before he left, he actually thanked the first person, Governor Roy Cooper, for his leadership and service. You can see crews here. They have taken down the stage, the lights, and everyone from the family, friends, and supporters of Josh Stein and those other Democratic candidates. They are out the building here at Maywood Hall and Garden in Raleigh. But again, before Stein left, he says he was grateful to everyone who came out and voted this election season. He also said tonight is just step number one in building a safer and stronger North Carolina. He told the crowd he is ready to fight Mark Robinson's Republican policies that he said scare away businesses and good-paying jobs for the state of North Carolina. Stein says instead of killing the economy, he wants to grow it and focus heavily on building strong public schools.
We're at a crossroads, and the choice before us, two competing visions for North Carolina. Mark Robinson's vision is bleak and divisive, consumed by spite and hate. He spends time pitting people against each other.
And beyond, Mark Robinson, Stein spoke heavily about education. Like I mentioned before, he said Republicans are failing students in North Carolina, and if he was to be governor, he will make sure that our state is in number 46 when it comes to starting teacher pay. He ended his victory speech tonight saying that he's ready to break the supermajority in the legislature. He wants to keep the White House going strong, and he wants to make sure that every person is safe in North Carolina if he is chosen as our next governor. Reporting live in Raleigh tonight, I'm Devontae McKenneth, WXII 12 News.